Good morning, students. Hope all are doing good. So, in yesterday's class, I was discussing about the diversion of income, the gross total income. Gross total income means what? When you add the five heads of income, the total is called as gross total income. And then total income. From gross total income, if you minus the deductions under section 80C to 80U, you will get total income, and you came to know about the casual income. Apart from that, yesterday we were discussing about agricultural income and non-agricultural income. Will it be taxed? Are you in confusion state? Yesterday I clearly explained you that agricultural income from India, it is fully exempt from tax. Only non-agricultural income will be taxable. And here one more thing you should make it clear. If it is an agricultural income apart from India, that is from other countries like Bangladesh or something, you have received an agricultural income, means it will be fully taxable and it will be treated as non-agricultural income. So I'll just brief out both agricultural and non-agricultural income so that you can solve a problem now. Agricultural income means what? You have put some effort in tilling, sowing, fertilizing, growing the crops. So such things are called as agricultural income, whereas which is non-agricultural like fishing, poultry farming, giving a loan for the farmer, interest, and trees or grass which is spontaneous growth. Spontaneous means what? It has grown by itself. You didn't put effort. So as soon as you see the word spontaneous, think that it is non-agriculture. And once again I am telling, if agricultural income is from India only, it is exempt from tax. If it is apart from India, then it will be treated as a non-agricultural income. Now, apart from agricultural and non-agricultural, if it is partly an agricultural income, we call it as partial integration. Income of certain manufacturers utilizing their own agricultural produce as a raw material. Suppose you are a farmer, you have grown some crops, and same crops you are using as a raw material, and you have your own company, you are converting the raw material into finished goods. So some part is called as agricultural income and some other part is called as non-agricultural income. So we call it as a partial integration. I have given some examples here. You can just see. Suppose income from manufacture of rubber. You are growing rubber by yourself and you have a company. You are only manufacturing the rubber. Or coffee, you have a you are only growing the coffee seeds, and that coffee seeds will be shifted to your company and sell the coffee powder. Or you have a tea estate and you have your own company, you convert it into the tea powder and sell it. So here you cannot segregate whether it is agriculture or non-agriculture. In this case we call it as a partial integration or partly agricultural income. So here the agricultural income and non-agricultural income will be divided and it is called as partial integration. So the difference between market price and cost price will be treated as a agricultural income. Now I am going to show few problems. You have to decide whether it is agricultural or non-agricultural income. See, in this problem they have told state whether the following incomes are agricultural or non-agricultural income. Along with question we will discuss the answer also. See the first point. Income from growing flowers and creepers. You are only growing flowers and creepers, right? So the answer is it is an agricultural income. Coming to the second point, dividend received from a company engaged in agricultural operations. See, you have invested in some company of agricultural operation and you are receiving dividend. So since you are receiving dividend from a company, clearly it is understood it is a non-agricultural income. Then coming to the third point, interest on loan given to a farmer. In yesterday I have given some examples, right? I told you, no, if you give a loan to a farmer and the farmer is paying interest to you, so you are receiving interest on loan. You are not doing any agricultural activity here. That is why the answer is non-agricultural income. Then fourth point, income from agricultural activities in Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka means what? It is not India. Just now I told, no, apart from India means you are going to treat it as a non-agricultural income. Coming to the last point, income from conversion of sugar cane into jaggery by the farmer himself. See, farmer is first he is growing the sugar cane. So if he sells the sugar cane, it will be agricultural income. But what he is doing, he himself he is converting into jaggery. So when he is selling the jaggery, jaggery becomes a non-agricultural income. If he sells sugar cane, it will become agricultural income. But here what happens? He is converting sugar cane into jaggery and he is selling. So we call this as a partial integration. So here the answer will be difference between market price and cost price of sugar cane will be called as the agricultural income. Now let's see one more problem. See, state whether the following is agricultural or non-agricultural income. Coming to the first point, income from interest on arrears of rent payable in respect of land used for agricultural purpose. See, no need to get it complicated much. As soon as you see income from interest means it is not agriculture, no? So write it non-agricultural income. Answer will be non-agriculture. Coming to the second point, income from agricultural land situated in Australia. See, as soon as you see the word Australia, it is not India, right? So the answer will be non-agricultural income. Coming to the next point, income from sale of forest trees of spontaneous growth. I told you, no, as soon as you see the word spontaneous, spontaneous means it is grown by itself. You didn't put any effort. So it is a non-agricultural income. Then income from lease of land for grazing of cattle required for agricultural pursuits. Here it is agricultural income. See, even though you gave a land for lease, that is for grazing of cattle. That is for giving grass for the cattle, and that cattle you are using for agricultural. That is, suppose cows. You are grazing it, and cows you use them for ploughing and all, no? So that is why it is called as agricultural income. Then income from interest on simple mortgage of land used for agriculture. As soon as you see income from interest means put it as non-agricultural income. Then rent received from house property situated in village. See, wherever it is situated, but you are receiving a rent from house property, right? So it is a non-agricultural income. Then remuneration received as a manager of an agricultural farmhouse. So remuneration as a manager. Here you are not doing any agricultural activity, right? Even though that is also called as non-agricultural income. Coming to the last point, income from dairy farm, poultry farming, etc. So yesterday in non-agricultural income, I have given some examples, right? Poultry farming, dairy farming, all these are called as non-agricultural income. So these type of problems you might get for 6 marks, 6 points they will give. You have to mention whether it is agriculture or non-agriculture, or if both are combined together, you will write it as partial integration, and the difference between market price and cost price is called as agricultural income. So I hope the agricultural income, non-agricultural income and partial integration, all these 3 points are clear for you. If you have any confusion in any point which I have explained today, you can tell me so that I will explain once again. And whatever we have discussed in today's class, I will send the same thing once again. Write it down in your notes So in the coming week, I am going to discuss about international business first unit. So maintain income tax notes properly, because again when you understand basic concepts only, you can solve the problems. I hope you have understood clearly and you have found it easy also. Okay students, meet you all in tomorrow's class. Bye.